The Pot in Politics, a podcast.
Let me tell y'all about it. Welcome to the Pot in Politics podcast, season 2, episode motherfucking 3. That's right, yo. We are back to being what we are. We tried that other shit. It ain't us. So y'all either gonna watch or y'all not. But we back. So let's get with it, y'all. What's going on? Somebody let me know something. It's been a minute.
Well, we can probably start with the biggest news, I guess, and that would be the Senate passing the CR bill. That's got everybody in uproar. So
yeah, that is
So that was the one that Chuck Schumer, helped the Republicans pass. Is that right?
yeah, he voted at the last second to go along with the CR bill. Basically, it's we're in a bad situation right now. Besides them controlling all the power, more importantly, they control the narrative of everything right now.
Yeah.
so
And because of that, had we stood up and said shut it down and the government got shut down, Democrats most likely would have got the blame for that as well.
So explain a little bit to me, what is in this CR bill?
So basically CR, continuing resolution, what it does is it's for fiscal year 2024. So it's basically Biden's resolutions from the last time around that are continued for the most part. However, of course, Republicans did do some fuckery in there, and one of the areas was education.
Right.
Hundreds of millions cut in that, and of course this is all the trickle down effect with all the way down to the local farmer who's supplying the food for the meals for the kids. So it definitely it's not a clean bill, which the Democrats wanted, which they were never going to get. But it does stop the chaos a little bit with Elon Musk and Trump running rampant through all the agencies. That was Schumer's big point on it, was that he wanted to stop the bleeding from federal workers being fired and the agencies being gutted. And this kind of did that by continuing the resolution, some of the established stuff from last year. So
my whole thing is, I don't think any Democrat should be cooperating with any Republicans at all. We're at war right now. I don't want we should be agreeing to anything that they agree to. Think of all the walls Republicans have put up time and time again when Democrats are in charge. They refuse to go along with anything that Democrats put forward. And time again, the Democrats just roll over and whatever rules you want to play by, Republicans will go along with. And I'm so sick and tired of the Democrats playing by these one set of rules and then the Republicans just doing whatever they want to do. And then there's no accountability, there's no consequence.
And the Democrats, they do look like some little pussies.
Right.
That's like I said last week. We don't have anybody that has a strong enough bark to actually push back against the Republicans.
Right.
Yeah, like your man, what's the Democrat old man that showed his ass?
Al Green.
Yeah, Al Green, you know what I'm saying? He showed his ass, and like I said, I don't associate with either party, but
And
I
10
looked at Al
Democrats
Green.
voted to
Yeah,
censor.
what the fuck? But once I sat there and was like, all right,
We
finally a
filed for it.
Democrat showing his ass at a
Right.
time where he's supposed to show his ass, right? This is some ass showable stuff.
Good trouble.
Good trouble. Good trouble. I'm gonna roll with that. And then 10 of his own people wanting to shut up.
Right. We're going to lose this democracy because there's so many bootlickers, that so many people that won't stand up against this because they're afraid of their own privilege, of their own, even if it gets bad for them, it won't be as bad as it could, they're still protecting themselves in some way. And that is what drives me crazy.
I think if you delve into it though a little bit more, you have to look into the broad, the more narrow strategy of it. You know what I'm saying? Because
Well, the threat of government shutdown, I'm kind of sick of that shit.
Yeah,
Right.
because
that uses all of our pay.
yeah, absolutely. They're using it as leverage. There's no question
Shutdown
about it.
doesn't stop their shit.
Yeah,
It doesn't stop their lives. It
all they
doesn't
do is
stop
go on
things.
vacation.
But again, right
they're
now-
only working 30 days out of the year anyway.
Right now where we're at, we have all these cases in the courts, okay? We're seeing what's happened with the cases and the rulings. You know, they're going against Trump's
Right.
administration.
Yeah, right.
So much so with his rhetoric coming up against, attorneys and lawyers and everything, from private companies
Yeah.
that he's targeting now. And then, going, speaking out against the federal judges that they should be impeached, right?
Right.
Well, we saw what Chief John Roberts
Yeah,
said.
right.
He had to issue a statement, but see those are the type of signals that we're seeing that this administration is going to get checked.
Yeah.
But that's why people have to kind of sit back and let it play out. It's the same thing with the economy, and we'll talk about it on a different thing when we talk about tariffs or whatever. But until April 2nd, when the tariffs come into play, you don't know what's going to help, happen with public sentiment. In the support of Trump, it could go down in his approval ratings. So there's a lot of things that need to play out first before
Well, here's what worries me with the whole Supreme Court thing is that suddenly Trump isn't afraid to piss John Roberts off. And I think that's a scary indication.
Yeah, because,
he's going to defy it.
Well, he actually, if you saw
Doesn't
his
matter
response,
what the ruling is,
when
he's
asked
gonna do
about
what the
that,
hell he wants.
when asked about Roberts' statement that he issued, Trump shrugged it off and said, "Oh, he wasn't referring to me. He didn't touch it with a 10-foot pole."
Yeah.
And that's because he knows better.
Well, the thing too is I feel like what Trump is doing is he's testing the waters. He's sticking his toe in to see what he can get away with.
Absolutely.
And he just keeps on pushing the bar further and further and further. And eventually, he's going to pull the trigger on something big. And he's going to be like,
Yes.
I've already done as much as I can
He's
do.
already
And you
pulled
ain't
the
done
trigger on
anything to
something.
me. So obviously, you know you can't
Well,
do anything to me. So I'm going to do what I want.
Right, but I just don't think it's reached. It has to reach that Supreme Court for us to be like, okay, he's not going to obey the law, right? When that happens, of course, we've crossed that line at that point.
I
And
mean,
the Constitution
okay,
is broken.
No checking.
Now,
But I
let
think
me
we need
say
to
that.
let it play out a little bit and see before we just.
We've already saw this man break his laws, and not a damn thing is gonna happen. Like
He's already a felon.
he's already
The
started.
Supreme Court already handed him the power that presidents can do what they want without any repercussions. I mean, what's he gonna do with that? Let's just be real. What's he gonna do with that?
Right.
Anything he wants.
I mean, shit, he's doing it.
he's a sociopath.
He's
Right.
So,
just the
there's
other
no
day.
limits.
What was it? Friday or whenever he stepped off the plane. And he got to talking about the judges and shit. Like, no respect
Right.
at
No
all.
separation of
Right.
powers.
You know,
no,
Nothing.
no,
He was
doesn't
like, they're,
care about
he
any
was
of
like,
it.
they're
The
stupid. They was
leftists,
idiots
uh-huh.
and some whole other shit. And I'm like, you know they gonna see this shit on the television,
And
right?
not even that, like, who talks like that? Like, how can you talk like that and behave like that as the President of the United States? Like, we would not
You can't
allow
do
that
it alone.
behavior in any of our jobs. If I went to my job and acted like that, I would be fired. If any of you went to your jobs and acted like that, you would be fired.
Catch charges, actually.
Why? Like, I just don't get why so many people I don't have any Trumpers in my personal life, but read these comment, and on these like stories and stuff where people are happy that they're, that Trump is doing these things. We were outside of Klein's office on Tuesday protesting. For anybody that wants to join every Tuesday, 1 to 6 outside of Klein's Stanton office, and this woman comes over to us. She's like, "Who's Ben Klein?" And she was from Illinois. So first of all, she knew who her congressman was, which is very upsetting to think that adults don't know who their congressperson is. And so then when we started saying, like, we're out here, we want Ben Klein to hold a town hall, and this is what we're upset about, this woman completely agreed with everything that Musk and Trump are doing. And she's like, of course there's fraud and waste and abuse. And so when we started telling her, and we were there was a veteran who was there with us, and she said that with the veteran suicide hotline, they cut a bunch of those people that worked that suicide hotline.
Oh, yeah.
And so before the suicide hotline for veterans, it was about 22 or 21 veterans a day were suiciding. Since the veteran suicide line has been active, it's down to 17 a day, which is still awful to think that 17 veterans are unaliving themselves every day, but that's down from 22. So like we're making progress, and here they go, and they cut that? They cut. And so this woman who is standing in front of us, and she's like, well, I don't want to cut the people who are actually talking to the veterans, but the people above, I was like, like the admin people, like you need those people to do that job too. Like
She has no clue.
she has
what's
no
the song?
clue,
Yeah,
and
that's
like
all it is.
Yeah, but I mean that's the problem with most people is
They don't.
they don't know. Like they hear Elon and Trump are cutting this, that, and the third, but they don't know
What
what
that looks
those
like.
jobs
Right.
actually entail that's being
right,
cut.
exactly.
Why do you think he's cutting education?
They keep them stupid. You keep them
Here's
stupid.
what it is.
Control them.
Here's what it is. We got 2 salesmen controlling the whole fucking world, basically.
Yeah, 2 con artists.
2 con artists, yeah. But
Yeah.
I mean, you know, con artist salesmen, they go hand in hand. Somebody's got to sell it. It's a ridiculous thing. Like, what did I see this morning that pissed me off? Something happened this morning I can't even remember. See, that's what the weed do.
It comes fast. That's the thing. Is it comes fast.
Everything
It's not
is
even a
happening
daily
so
thing
much.
at this point. It's hourly.
Yeah.
Well, let's
Anytime
talk
you check
about
your
maybe
news,
the
it's
next
something
segment.
else.
Next segment we transition into, we can talk about all the DEI
No
and
doubt.
the
Yeah.
effects
Yeah.
You know,
that
that's
are
a
running
whole-
crazy.
You know
right
what?
now.
We're gonna do that. We're gonna take a break and we're gonna get back at y'all in a minute with some more hot shit. All right? But we're glad to see y'all. I'll tell you about it. Yo, let me tell y'all about it. Welcome back to the Pot and Politics Podcast. I'm your host, I Smoke Weed. We have reached that time of the day to see the nice stinky that we are smoking on. Don't look at the nail, I'll tell you about it later, but this is for those who deserve it. You know who you are. Anyway, this is what it looked like. And I'm gonna go and turn it over to Christian so he can tell you what we smoking on.
Hey, this week we got another cookie strain. We did 3 weeks in a row. We decided to make it an even 3 weeks of it. So this week we got berry pie from Cookies, and it is a strong sativa, super purple, most beautiful colors in it. It has a real piney smell, a little bit of fruit. I don't really get a lot of berry out of the smell. I get more berry out of the taste.
Yeah.
It's fantastic, super chunky. It's another collaboration between Cookies and Seed Junkie. It seems like their whole line right now is that collaboration, and I'm really liking it. Grown Seed Junkie genetics before, and you cannot lose. They're fantastic. I haven't grown seeds from Cookies before, but I'm definitely interested in doing that. They have a seed bank online, and yeah, kind of seeds folks around and check them out. Everybody take a look. Yeah, I really like it. So I'm not a sativa fan. I've said that before. I have anxiety issues, so sativas sometimes take me over the edge and make me think too much. But I really like this. This is like uplifting and chatty and not extremely strong. Like I'm not laid back. I purposely try not to smoke too much this morning before I came, which means still I smoke more than the average person before I came. But yeah, I like it. What do you guys think?
It's very tasty. You know, for a sativa, it's a nice wave to ride. You know, I would definitely give it at least an 8.5. Easy.
Yeah, I'm about 8.5 on that too, by the way. I always forget the rating.
Speaking of which, we
So can you tell me a little bit more about like when you look at a bud like that, like when you squeeze it, it's like bounces right back. It's kind of more smushy. Or other stuff that is harder and denser. Like what is the difference? Is that all genetics? Is that some growing difference? Is that
It's all
like
that.
nutrients?
Genetics first and foremost are
Okay.
the most important
Okay.
to what your outcome is going to be. You can take great genetics and be a horrible grower and get something good. It's just
Okay.
how it is.
Okay.
Growing style also has a lot to do with it. The light intensity, the regimen of fertilizer, things like that. Cookies has it figured out. Like,
Yeah.
The humidity, like you said, it snaps back when it's still hard as a rock, but when you squeeze it, it snaps back. You want about 10%, 12% being more of a humidity in a bud once it's dry. You want to maintain between 8 and 10 is what you like to have. Anything drier than that is like makes it crumbly.
Okay.
Anything more than that is too wet. Put in a jar, it gets kind of re-wet when you package it up. I think everyone's experienced that. But yeah, all those factors, genetics is the biggest one though. Just make sure you have a great seed source, just know your breeder. There are some great breeders in the neighborhood, don't get me wrong. But you know you can't lose with like exotic genetics, with Seed Junkie, with like Humboldt Seed Company. And
Okay.
there's a few out there
Okay.
that just have
Okay.
it right, have
Okay.
it figured out. And Cookies is one of them.
Yeah. Cookies is definitely one of them. Like y'all know I was a Cookies hater, but I went ahead and just accepted the fact that he's the best in the game. Merler is that dude.
Yeah, he's definitely one of them. Ridgeline Farms is another one
Damn right.
that we're fans of. They did the Lance. I don't know if anybody's heard that, but yeah, and Humboldt Seed Company. I mean, these guys are the legends. They're pretty much all out of the Emerald Triangle in Southern California. I mean, those two places is where, it's hard to go wrong.
All right,
What
well,
do you think of it, Ian? You know?
Y'all get rated at about, I don't know, I might give it a 9. It's a good sativa. It's definitely uplifting. Kind of cream finish to it.
Yeah, definitely. Just high apart.
I think
Well,
the dog
yeah.
likes it.
Got cod mouth.
Get his dog the munchies and
all right, y'all. Well, that was it. The weed review for this week, and we'll be back. And when we come back, it's with the realness. We'll holler at you. Well, it's time for us to tell y'all about it. We are back. Welcome back to the Pot and Politics Podcast. I'm not even gonna take no more time with this. We just gonna talk about this DEI shit and this desegregation shit. Or no, excuse me, not desegregation, the resegregation that this bum ass bitch is trying to put back in motion.
Lord have mercy.
I mean, yo, he's a fucking clown.
Seriously. He has hated black people his whole entire life. This is not surprising.
Just put the fucking hood and robe on
Right.
and get it over
Oh,
with.
yeah, no.
Walk out on the White House porch with the hood
Seriously.
on. Tell us it's something else.
This is not a hood for the clans, it's just a white pointy hat. And what you're seeing is a new style hat that I made.
You should try it. But only white people.
Only white people can wear it, not the blacks. We call them black. We look at their faces and we say their color.
This goes back to what I was saying earlier. I feel like he's dipping his toe in the water, seeing what he can get away with.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
He wants to start it with what, federal contractors that,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
how does that even look anyway? Like, are they supposed to, is it supposed to be like a separate office for the blacks versus the
Yeah.
whites and the
That's
Mexicans?
what he wants.
I mean, like,
Right.
well,
Back to the water fountain split.
Anybody that
as
represented
if
a
the people that
minority.
work together aren't friends. Like, do you
Right.
think that shit's going to go over well? Because if I'm sitting next to Dagon Julio and I'm sitting next to Chan and Tommy's behind me and here my big black ends, you know I'm gonna be the funny one, so everybody gonna like me anyway. We all friends, so now you want to segregate us and put us all in our, not even going to say respective, put us all in our separate corners, and they think they're supposed to get the same productivity out of us. Like, I don't understand how he thinks this is going to work. This is not 1957. This shit's not going to work. I mean, you can try it, but what you don't understand is if you start segregating this and you start saying that we can't have blacks come into white facilities, well, motherfucker, we gonna tell you the same thing.
Uh-huh.
And
Right.
I hate to be the one to tell
Yeah.
you, more of y'all frequent our shit than we
Right.
frequent yours.
See, what he's going to do is, because we aren't segregated, we aren't going to segregate.
Exactly.
No, that's not even an issue. What he wants to do is make it so his white ass friends can make it so they can refuse service.
Right.
Yeah.
They cannot hire.
Hire, yeah.
They can decide whether or not to have minorities in their working
Yeah.
for them. And quite honestly, man, who wants to work for that motherfucker anyway?
Right.
You know, fuck him. How
Right.
about we make you put on top of your business, I'm a racist prick.
Seriously.
So people know not to put an application in your place in the first
And
place.
save us
Fuck
some
your
time.
business, fuck your money, and
Right.
fuck you.
Save
Right.
us some time.
Right.
Yeah.
I
Save
mean,
us some time. It's like Scarlet Letter. Instead of a MAGA hat, tattoo it on your forehead.
Right.
So I know for the rest of my life not to
Yep.
do business with you.
Exactly. Yep.
if you're
You
gonna
know,
be a racist,
I mean-
just be a proud racist.
Right.
Keep the white pride thing
Well,
going.
who's the guy, the chimney sweep that's down the street? He still has his "Don't blame me, I voted for Trump." I was like,
And I'm
You
Don't
won!
blame me, I'm
Dumbass.
having somebody else to sweep my chimney.
Yeah, exactly.
Chimney sweep.
Right.
What is
Well,
this, Mary Poppins?
That's
Somebody
like,
get a real
we
job.
got DoorDash this morning, and the damn DoorDasher
We
pulls
need
up
to-
in the damn pickup truck with a fucking Confederate flag sticker.
no.
on it. So
I'm
you
like,
know he
this
got a
shit-
1-star rating.
Yeah.
You know he got a 1-star rating.
Yeah.
You gonna pull it? You
It's
just ride around and
heritage,
deliver
not
DoorDash.
height. It's heritage, not height.
Well, okay.
Yeah, well,
Well, for the
yeah.
it's
Oh
heritage,
my God.
your heritage is
It's
based
hate.
on
Well,
hate.
hold on. No, I'm not too informed on the Confederate, you know what I'm saying, lifestyle. But the sticker, it was a red sticker on the door, had a Confederate flag on one end, and in the middle it said Native.
What in the world?
Native what?
So there was
Because-
Europeans.
So there's some Cherokees living up in there.
The motherfucker
Oh my
was white.
God.
The
Native.
dude was white and they got out. So unless you claiming that you got 10% daggone Native
So-
American,
Oh
this
my
and you're
God.
trying to claim that, what Native are you? Because
Right, exactly.
your monkey ass is not native to America.
European.
You come from the mountains of Caucasus.
Yeah.
You didn't come from the mountains of Virginia. You come from the mountains of Caucasus.
This motherfucker said
You're
it.
from
I was thinking
Caucasia.
this motherfucker said it.
You're not native to here. I don't
Serious.
give a damn what you think.
And let's just talk about how this is just affecting, I mean, every sector. I mean, you've got military, you have the universities under attack, you know.
And that's surprising that so many universities are rolling over for this too. Like, you know,
Oh my God,
like
Columbia.
the
It's
universities
balls.
are like when I think of like revolutions happening and protests happening, like that's happening on college campuses, which of course is why Trump is targeting them. But it's
Money,
so
man. They're so
shocking.
scared of their
The white boy
money.
out of the country,
Didn't-
like
400
like-
million. That's
okay,
the
so
funding,
like the
federal funding for
presidents of
Columbia.
these
That's what this was
colleges-
over.
And dude, a
400
lot of
million.
and a lot of like studies that are important to.
Who
I mean,
are
oh,
these
absolutely.
presidents though? Like, what are the backgrounds of these college
Well,
presidents?
yeah,
like,
exactly.
they're
You
rich,
don't know.
wealthy white guys.
Same club.
Right. They belong to the
Same
same club.
Billionaire
So,
club,
like,
1%.
Right. We've
Yeah,
got
same
to
club.
start.
Well, you know, it's still DEI. It's still DEI. It's just instead of minorities, it's dumb white people in
Right.
their jobs.
Yep.
It's still DEI.
Right, right.
It's just
Yeah,
now
it's-
we're letting dumb whitey have the jobs now,
That's right.
so
Yep.
we're switching it on you.
Yeah, they
that is a
fired
damn
the,
shame.
they fired the first
Drunk.
black superintendent
Drunk and
of
had our defense
VMI. They
Yeah.
fired, you
And
know,
on that
UVA got rid of their DEI,
Yep.
and like
You say UVA.
UVA got rid of their DEI.
Yeah, they came.
Come
They
on,
can't.
man.
And
Yeah.
you got
Come on.
Georgetown.
What?
Georgetown right now, they're
The
doing.
university that was made, that was established
Created
by
by
the
slaves.
slave owners.
Yeah, but what I'm saying
Yeah,
is,
it's
though,
shocking.
look at the UVA athletics.
I know.
Well, Georgetown
Hey,
University,
now,
they're
Georgetown,
threatening,
we
they're
don't
threatening
include
them
sports in this, Sean.
to not hire
We don't
any
include sports in this,
graduates.
Sean, because that's where black people are needed. We won't be DEI.
That's what I'm
in the
saying.
sports teams.
Oh.
Yeah, the teams won't be DEI.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Maybe
Would
the
it be in
coaching.
March Madness?
Maybe the coaching, but the players.
Yeah.
won't.
Yeah, ain't that a bitch?
Would it be in March Madness? This is the time to
DEI them teams right now.
Well, no, this is the time where players, if they
DEI
got about it, they
them
can make their
teams.
voice heard.
Yeah.
You know how many millions them damn schools are getting for them teams to be in, you know what I'm saying, in that tournament? Sit your ass down. You ain't
Don't
walking
play.
out on the court. Don't
I'm
play.
sure all white
If
basketball would
you
be
really,
fun. I'm sure all white basketball would be fantastic.
well, the game's
Great
evolved.
to
to
watch.
that.
Great to
Motherfuckers ain't
watch.
doing
Last
them
report is
shooting threes now anyway. Shit.
I mean, y'all need to get on face because I'm so angry about it. It is pure racism. It is a push for a whole bunch of tired shit
Yeah.
that we've already decided on. And it's death throes from mothers that know this is over. We don't do this no more. You will try to do this
I just
one
don't
last
understand why you
push
want
and
us
snap
around.
back.
Why don't you want us around?
You know, like,
We
we
cook
snap
the
back
best
from
goddamn
this.
food you've eaten in your life.
Here's
Like,
for
why would
you, Rocky. On all right. Besides Trump firing the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, right, General C.Q. Brown, the head of the U.S. Navy and the first woman to lead any branch of the armed forces was fired, Franchetti, and then you got Defense Intelligence Agency has banned all activities related to cultural heritage. Celebrations include Black History Month, Asian
Can't
Heritage,
mention
and
them.
Pacific
Can't mention them in
Islander
paperwork.
Heritage
Can't
Month.
say them.
Yep, you got Juneteenth, MLK Junior Day, Holocaust Remembrance Day. Those can't be mentioned. Pentagon, of course, seeking to ban trans people from serving in the military. Basically, Pete Hegseth, he's up to some real dirty shit
This
going
guy.
on right now. He's trying to.
Lush piece of shit.
He's
Lush.
basically, he has appointed his personal lawyer Timothy Parlatore as a Navy commander in the Judge Advocate General's Corps. Parlatore has a history of providing support to soldiers accused of grave misconduct, even war crimes. And he was also part of Trump's legal defense team, this guy.
Oh,
Did
great.
he represent Gallagher?
But I don't know, right? But basically what they're trying to do is they're trying to make the U.S. even more callous than they already are. And when it comes to military conflicts, they don't want to have any laws binding them. So that's what Pete Hegseth's in the process of doing. But this is all under this the disguise of DEI, of course. They're making these adjustments. So I think it's important to point out there.
Which is crazy that they would, you know, when the military is having a hard enough time recruiting, keeping folks, like having a good military, like, you know, a good, staff, what do you want to, not staffed, but what's the right word?
Leadership.
Like enough troops. Like we just don't have enough people that are signing up to serve in the military, right? Isn't that a constant problem?
Well, yeah.
Right?
Well, it's a constant problem,
So
but I
why,
mean, there's
if
a bunch
it's-
of different
But
variables.
also,
because
we
of-
have enough poor people with nothing left
But
to
so,
do
like,
to make sure
if
it's
there,
always
if there's
plenty
somebody,
stock. Believe
if
that.
there's
Because they don't have nothing
anybody
else to
that
do.
wants to serve, you would think that they would want them to serve, whether they were transgender or black. Like that just doesn't. I don't get where
Right.
they're trying to take our strength, our
So-
readiness for
so,
war,
alright,
our
thi-
readiness to be
like,
attacked.
This is how it comes full circle. This is what's funny about this shit. They're cutting free lunches for schools, right?
Right.
You know why free lunches were founded?
Like
Because of
everybody
Black Panthers
jumped
started
out.
it.
No, that's wait. No.
Free
Free lunches.
in the breakfast.
Free lunches were created because the average American male was malnourished because they couldn't afford to eat. So the government implemented a plan to where they'd offer free lunches at schools
Fighting weight.
just so they could build up their weight and strength so they could join the military.
Fighting weight.
That's the
Getting
whole
better down
purpose
weight.
of why free lunches came to be.
That sounds like China.
So
that
you-
sounds like China. would do
you
something
want to
like
get
that.
rid of daggone free lunches in schools because you think a certain demographic is taking advantage of it, but then at the same time you're having a problem recruiting
Right.
military members. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and one of the biggest things now is when I was in, all we had was the PFT, physical fitness test. Now they have the CFT and the PFT. I know my ass at my best goddamn shape that I was in probably would have struggled to pass the damn CFT. And I know, like you,
What's the CFT?
combat fitness test.
Okay.
It's a whole different other thing. But I know the average daggone kid coming out of high school now, the way these dudes look, there's no fucking way.
Right.
No way at all. And I mean, I look for them before too long to get away from the CFT. I don't know if every other branch does it. I know the Marine Corps does it, and it's ridiculous. But if you have guys that, one, aren't motivated to join the military because of what they see going on in the government, they're definitely not going to want to have to put in the extra work to be able to meet the physical standards of being in the military.
And that goes for any civil service across the board.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is what we're going to see.
I mean, if you're not going to support me
Who would do
as
it?
a
Exactly.
person,
What's the
Yeah,
incentive
exactly.
to work in chaos?
Zero.
I'm going to sign my name on the dotted line to go potentially give my life for a country that doesn't think that I belong
Right.
in the same room as
Right.
other people. Like,
Right.
get the fuck out of here.
Well, let's go
Right.
to the Arlington National Cemetery, what they did there, on their website. They removed, all of this information. It was, among the pages removed includes links on the graves of prominent minority veterans, as well as educational pages on Civil War, African American history, and women's history. They're just going
Once again, so you get rid of
they
the
put some of
history
the
so you
shit
can
back.
rewrite the
They
history.
put some of it back, right?
There are certain
Man,
things that they've had to put back.
You know what he did put back? He put Fort Bragg's name back on Fort
These
Bragg.
Yeah, but it's a different. The guy's a different fucking Bragg. It's,
Did he really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's still Fort Bragg, but it's a different motherfucker is Bragg. It's not the
But
same
nobody's gonna
guy.
think of that. Nobody's gonna think of that.
It's not the same guy.
What a way to fuck it up.
My God.
Yeah.
That's a trip.
Hey, we gonna call it the same thing we all we know what the fuck we
Yeah,
talking
right.
about. We just gonna change the dude's
Right.
name.
Lee Jackson Highway, that's a different
Yeah,
Lee
that's a
Jackson.
different
That's Jesse Jackson and Sarah
Jesse
Lee.
Lee Jackson.
It's Sarah Lee.
Well,
But nah, I mean that's the fuckery that they're pulling
Right.
and like do something about it. You know what I mean?
It's totally,
Yeah,
it's bully shit.
Yep, and on it goes.
So, what do you do when you when we hear about, UVA doing these things, like, what do we do? Like, do we just not go to UVA? Like,
I mean,
that's not
that's-
something that a lot of people can choose. So, like, what are
Yeah,
our
I think Light
options here?
chose that
Like,
for me.
Yeah.
Ian, here's a graduate of UVA.
or like just going to like their hospital, like that, like being a customer of UVA, just like
It's hard.
Here's the
whatever it is.
reality.
Best hospital.
Here's the
in town. I
reality.
mean, what do you do?
Right.
You
And
wanna
here's
live?
the reality: when you're
How
locked
do you-
into the system,
Right.
You're locked into
you
the
don't
system.
have a choice.
Exactly.
That's where you go,
Yeah.
regardless of their DEI policies.
Right.
It's like
You're
with
locked in.
gasoline or any, we're
Right.
we're.
Yeah,
So
you're
now-
dependent
let's
on
not-
a certain
so
I run a
source.
farm.
hold on, I'm
How
gonna
am I
tell you.
supposed to stop burning gas? and
Let me
diesel?
run back to
I don't
something
wanna
that The
burn
Rock said. The Rock said, you asked the question, bro, and I'm just sitting there
Same,
thinking
man. It's
if I should say the answer to it or not. And god damn it, I'm sorry, y'all, but I gotta say the answer to it. The reason they don't want us around is because of niggas like you. Niggas like you, they go
Oh, I know.
and pick their white women, and then you go and sexually do what you do to them, and they know. And then they know. Then they know that they ain't ever coming back. They know once they go that way, they gonna stay, and it's over.
So, all right, that's a good thing.
That's
you said
right.
that, because
That's
DEI
that's the reason why.
But
not
no,
only
you're
applies
right, yeah.
to people of color, it also applies to women.
Yeah.
It's a great point.
And one of the biggest beneficiaries of DEI and affirmative action
Uh-huh.
is the white woman.
That's right. 54% voted for Trump.
Exactly. And I don't understand how the fuck y'all got black kids and you voting for Trump.
I
Like,
know,
what the
right?
hell's
Who
wrong
is
with
the
you?
fucking?
I'm
I'm
not
not
even
gonna
talking
say
about
that,
that
but
shit.
that
She deleted me real quick. She blocked me real quick.
Who?
Anywho.
I really don't understand that. Like,
I don't
even
either.
like
You saw
having,
it too. You
no,
saw
but
it
just
too.
like in general, like if you are a white woman and you have black kids, if you are a white person and you have black grandkids, like I don't understand.
You're gonna have to answer to them one day.
How,
They're gonna
like,
ask you,
how
why
do
did you
It's,
lean with
you
this?
make a great
Why
point
did you
on
go
that
along
because
with
it even goes further than white women. It's really ironic because it even affects white men because there's Christian groups right now being affected by Trump's DEI policies.
Oh my God.
I mean, these are people that, again, this is why I feel like the right is going to be the one that's going to end up offending him, and it isn't going to have to be the left.
Right.
No,
It's going to be his
I
own.
think his own.
His
issue,
own.
too.
Yeah.
Because, I mean,
He's tearing
again,
their worlds apart.
again, DEI is affecting white people.
He's
too.
ripping churches
Now,
apart.
I'm not
He's
using that as
ripping clubs.
an
Yeah,
argument.
yeah,
I mean, my
yeah.
focus is on what DEI really is about, but I'm just saying how funny it is
No,
that
those
it's
farmers
going after
I mean,
his base too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's hurting everyone.
and you
So,
still have to explain
I
the
hear
eviction.
literally every day I see it online. People say, "I did not vote for this."
And the
Absolutely.
thing is, the ones
But
that
you did. But you
Yeah,
did
you
vote
did
for
though.
it.
Right.
the thing is the I don't want y'all to think that I'm racist because I do come off militant as a motherfucker. My fiance is white, my child is mixed.
We're
I
friends.
have nieces and
I'm his
nephews.
friend.
I have nieces and nephews that aren't white passing. They are fucking white and they are blood. You would not be able to tell that if they were sitting here that they were not
That's the truth.
white, 100%. But goddamn, I must be high. I don't know. There is.
Don't let Whitey have it, man.
Yeah, give it to him.
Give it to him.
I don't understand how you can be, and excuse me for this, poor white motherfucking trash,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you support
Right,
Donald
right,
Trump
right.
as if he's going to help you.
Right.
Dummy, you in the same boat that the rest of us in.
Yes.
The motherfucker's sinking.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
if you have let's say you even make reasonably decent money, $15 an hour, your ass is still under the poverty line.
Yeah.
Because you probably making $15 an hour at McDonald's. You only working 2 days a week for 8 hours a day. You not making enough money to sustain yourself.
Yeah.
Which, if I'm not mistaken, old girl that we was talking to the other day, that bitch live out with Lee.
Do she?
So how
Oh,
you sex
brother,
and you support Trump?
Boy, I'm ready to
How
pick
you
my
sex
phone up
and
right
you
now.
support Trump?
That's what that is
Right,
the
yeah.
that's
We'll all
how
go
I
get
get
it, dude.
Well,
We'll all
look
go
like
to the
me.
Capitol
Yeah,
together
that's
if y'all
like
vote for the
you.
goddamn
You guys
reason.
are homeless.
Right.
That's the
You
thing.
usually
Y'all
are
go to
somebody
that
that
shit.
you
Y'all
don't even know
gotta
what his
get on
policies
board.
are.
Yep.
You don't even understand. You just hear that he's getting rid of the Mexicans. He's putting people on the plane to El Salvador.
Yeah.
Okay, dumbass. What you gonna do when you they cut them fucking vouchers off?
Right.
You go
Yeah.
buy the shoes.
You know what I'm saying?
You go buy the shoes.
Yeah.
You're gonna buy the watch. You're gonna buy my things, the
Oh,
guitar.
my
You're
God.
gonna
You
guitar.
cut your nose off to spite your face. You
Yeah.
actually have to know what you're supporting, and not just because you hear him talking some good shit that you think is funny on TV,
Yeah.
and you're like, yeah, I agree with that, but then you don't realize there's other policies that actually affect
Yeah.
you,
Keep believing
your
that shit.
kids, and your day-to-day
Keep
life.
believing that shit. Keep believing
Yeah.
Project 2025 ain't real.
Yeah.
He kept saying, "Oh, I don't know anything about it.
The goddamn-
It's not real."
what's
How
the-
real is it
what's the
fucking
dude-
today?
It's real.
What's the
It's
girl's
real
name
today.
that came
It's
up
real
with
to the
Project
motherfucker.
It's
2025?
real as a motherfucker
Well,
right now.
there's so many architects
Well,
to it. Vault's
Like
one
the
of them.
heritage.
Whatever,
Wow.
one of
Pete Tile.
he literally
Yeah.
said, I could not have
Deal.
dreamed that Project 2025 would come to fruition this fast and this
quick. Quick it
I
came
mean,
in.
he.
I mean, we
what
are
at,
only
2 months.
seriously,
months?
right?
Yeah, like
I
this
mean,
motherfucker.
he's showing his whole ass.
Right.
But like
Yeah.
you said,
We
it's the
have to-
strategy of throwing shit against
Yeah.
the wall and seeing
Seeing
what
what
sticks.
sticks.
You know,
But I
and
can tell
that's-
you what,
that's what we're gonna
I can
find
tell
out
you
this
what.
year.
When y'all motherfuckers, I'm not even gonna say y'all. When these motherfuckers do decide that they want to segregate everything, you just make sure that you understand not all people are going to be rocking with you with that. So
That means we're keeping
when,
the women.
exactly,
Keeping the women.
because you can tell me I can't come in, motherfucker. Try to stop my 300-pound ass from coming through the door.
Right.
Some of you brainless motherfuckers just want to be in the cult.
Right.
Y'all just need to be in the
Yep,
cult. It was
yep.
proved with Jim Jones. It was
Yep.
proved with Jerry Falwell.
Yep.
It was proved with all the evangelic churches on
Yep.
TV every Sunday morning. You guys are just so. I'm sorry, man. It sounds so bad, but y'all are just so simple and so dumb that the cult is the only way you feel like you can make it through life, and it
Right,
sucks.
right.
This Trump cult is gonna bite you in your
Yeah.
fucking ass.
It's and the
It's gonna
teeth
bite
will
you
be
in
sharp
your
as a
ass.
motherfucker.
I keep saying, the thing is, it's biting me in my ass too, and I'm pissed
Right.
out.
Remember last time he was in office, we told y'all can't come back.
Y'all let the
Same
dog in the
thing.
yard. Y'all let the
Same
vicious
thing
dog in the
applies.
yard.
Don't try to come back over here.
No.
He and ha ha like we ain't see what you done done the past 10 years.
Welcome back to the Pot and Politics podcast. I'm your host, Sean motherfucking G's Waters. And I do gotta say, before we get to this next segment, it feels good to be back to doing what the fuck we do. And guess what, y'all? So y'all check out our roach clips. I hope everybody enjoys those because I put a lot of thought into it. Christian puts a lot of thought into it. I hate to say it, but his roach clips are actually better than mine because he plays the whole part when he does the shit. I just be high and do what I do. But anyway, we have something new for y'all. Roast clips.
Yeah, I got you.
So, with that being said, Ian, why don't you explain to the people what the roast clips are about?
So we basically figured that we would start a new little segment that highlights the pictures of political celebrities for the most part. Doesn't necessarily have to be. We can go into just entertainment in general.
Okay.
Because it is a fucking clown show anyhow. But yeah, so we figured we'd do like just our reactions.
That shit like
Sluggers, baby! Sluggers. They're one of my
You
favorites.
see how happy he
Hey, Sluggers are one of my favorites,
I should
y'all.
have passed that quick.
You could have started with this.
But I'm basically going to show you all some pictures, and we're just going to get everybody's general reaction to them, you know, of course, go
Let's
after
have
them
Alright.
at all costs.
Let's have it. Let's
I
go.
love roast.
Let's go.
So, the first one we're going to do.
Oh god.
Motherfucker look like a malnutrition chicken.
So this is RFK.
This
This is RFK Jr. as a steak and shake. Actually, the leader of our health, sitting there having him a big ass thing of burgers and fries.
Oh, he's a healthy son of a bitch, ain't he?
Surgeon General, right?
So who wants to start with the roast? Let's go.
I'm really not good at roasting people. I'm just not witty enough.
You can let him
I
have
just-
it any way you want.
Let me see,
You
let
can
me
even
see.
speak to the heart about
I
it.
just love that.
He's Charles.
I mean, I've never seen anybody hold a fucking French fry like that. First of all,
He's never had food like that.
like who hold fists of one French fry?
I'm gonna explain it. He's not eating that.
Yeah.
He's feeding that demon in his fucking throat.
The worm's getting it.
Yeah, that fucking throat demon fucking loves hamburgers and french fries. It's like, sit me down, something. Sit me down, french fry. Alright, number one, a guy that talks like this ain't telling me shit. shit about my health.
No,
I'm gonna tell you that,
I
man.
mean,
We can go
especially.
suck one, man. Ron Kennedy died. Fuck it. Ron Kennedy
Ron
died.
Kennedy.
Yeah, I mean, you can say whatever you want about, this, that, and the third about, you know what I'm saying, how the health should be of American citizens, but I don't know what the fuck happened to his voice, whether he was a chain smoker or he goddamn drink fucking moonshine
That
straight.
shit is
motherfucker
fucked up.
Yeah, you sound like you one hiccup from a fucking heart attack.
That summit is drinking the lube that you put on a horse's hoof before you put your horseshoe on. He heard that saves you from cancer.
I'm convinced
He
that
drank
Trump.
juice, so.
I'm convinced Trump teabagged him one too many times. That's what it sounds like he does.
Nah, ain't no teabag. He like a gerbil on the fucking water spigot.
I
That's
thought
like a
the motherfucker-
giraffe on the damn
Hey,
fence
look, I
post.
thought the motherfucker was sick the first time I heard his voice when he started talking. I was like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is wrong with this dude?
Uh-huh.
Like, is he sick? He got cancer or something?
All right.
Man, fuck his legacy families.
All
He
right,
can
let's
suck.
get to
He
it.
shouldn't
Let's-
have the job.
let's
More
get to
legacy
it next
family
stop.
bullshit.
Yeah.
Fuck
Let's see if
him.
we can get this here. God, please work. All right, I'm gonna do this one last. Oh, there it is, you bastard.
Technical difficulty.
We'll have this honed in next week. All right. Next image.
Oh, shit.
Who the fuck is
What
that?
we're looking at is the meme that's going around of JD Vance's big fat porker face. That son of a bitch.
He look like the dude on Big Trouble in Little
That's a
China.
fucking. That's a caveman off the Geico commercial.
No,
The blueberry from Little Willy Wonka. That blueberry
that
girl.
motherfucker looked like a Cabbage Patch Kid. took a goddamn Mr. Potato Head to Pound Town, yo.
You nailed it, dude.
And I mean, the
Cabbage
thing
Patch
is,
a
what's so
motherfucker,
bad is he
dude.
ain't got to do nothing but gain about 10 more pounds to hit that shit. But
Right.
you
This
know,
motherfucker's
Damn.
Cabbage Patch as the
For
kid,
real.
son.
That motherfucker's
Seriously.
fucked up.
He
son.
does need more eyeliner, though.
I
I
know
think
why.
he could use more
That
eyeliner.
bitch is like a demonic Teletubby.
He does.
That motherfucker's tripping out in his face.
Oh.
I love.
Oh god.
you can't
So-
show these on the
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
Oh, man, I know he's
Yeah,
sick.
yeah. God,
As long as it's copyrighted.
It's like the moon fuck Kenny Rogers.
No, it looked like Alan from The Hangover. Fuck Mr. Bean.
Couch fucker, dirty couch fucker face.
Alright.
You know, man. God, what a great vice president we had.
Oh
We
god.
deserve to be on fucking.
Oh my god.
All right, next image.
Now, this
All right, well, this is what we're dealing with here.
this comes.
I'm
with
just gonna let you,
caveat.
because nobody would know who this is,
No, he
right?
does look familiar.
All right,
Some kids.
this is the spiritual advisor to Trump, who recently was picked up
No.
on sexual
Stop it.
misconduct
Stop it.
and predatory behavior towards
That's
children.
just a recent thing.
Now, that was just recently. That just happened. He just turned himself in. But what's more terrible
Look
about
at our
this
shocked
situation-
faces.
What's more terrible about this situation is that when he was like 21, he was doing it at the church to a 12-year-old girl. And he had this, the father and the church came together and decided they weren't going to press charges as long as he repented and worked a program. But this was all prior to Trump hiring as his
So
spiritual
Trump knew
advisor.
about it. and stuff.
Knew about it, called him a great pastor, called him a great guy, blah, blah, blah.
Birds with
Long story short, he is
Well, look at him. Look
yeah,
at
he
him.
is
Of course
a-
he's a pedophile.
fucking baby
That
Huey.
motherfucker looks like when my uncle cooks a pig, like the third hour when he opens it to check it, that's what it looks like laying in there right now. Except the apple.
So,
missing out.
yes, uh-huh.
What gets me is,
Look at that
while y'all are
That's
on
some
your,
of a squirrel storing nuts for fucking winners.
Not a
when
drag
it
I
is.
like to call out MAGA on this. While we're on your liberal pedo hunt, why don't you check your fucking churches?
Yeah.
And then we'll come in there together and help you
Well,
get
don't
these
even
back.
check the churches. We know the churches is fucked up. Check your party. Your
Why
party
the
seems
motherfucker- How about the
fucked.
daddy that just accepted that he repent?
Right?
I'm gonna tell you what, you go
Yeah.
repent, all right,
Yeah.
motherfucker. You touch my
Yeah.
kid, and I'm gonna lock you in that church and barbecue in it just like the pig you look like.
Uh-huh.
Fucking repent. yeah, you gonna repent. You have plenty
I
of time
just
to repent,
don't
motherfucker.
understand why there are so many of these men that want to sexually assault and rape children. Like, what is that about?
Man,
What
it's,
is-
you know, you figure that
Speaking
one out.
of which,
you figure that one
this
the fuck
is
out,
why-
dude, and you'll get the Nobel
Let me
Peace
give
Prize.
you the number.
Oh.
Let me give you the number. You see
Speaking of
this right
which.
here?
Speaking
You
of
see
Nobel
this
Peace
right
Prize.
here?
Uh-huh.
This represents the 1 in 5 children that eventually get violently sexual assaulted by motherfuckers like that
Yep.
in their
Right.
lifetime.
There you go.
So anybody who's wondering why I've been doing this and you've been on my Facebook thinking that I'm turned gay, first off, if I did turn gay, I wouldn't give a fuck about what none of y'all bastards think. I'm gonna put that out there first of all.
That's right.
So now you unintelligent motherfuckers that don't even know how to read, because I put the caption in there, but y'all saw the 1 in 5 and thought like I was a 1 in 5 download type nigga or something like that and ran with that
Y'all
shit.
wish
No.
this beautiful ass was gay.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Y'all want that.
But no, that's not what it is. It's about the 1 and the 5. So, and I got it on my finger. It's supposed to be blue paint, but some people don't like blue, so they say whatever color paint that you like. I picked the middle finger in the bright red because 1, I love the color red, but 2, you're not gonna miss this bright red right here. And it's on my middle finger so I can say, fuck y'all nasty ass molesters, you bastards. All of you gonna get what's coming to you.
That's right.
So when I say you might not know if you know 1 in the 5, you probably know a kid that some fucked up shit didn't happen to. So just be aware.
So what's
Every
gonna happen
family in America is touched by it.
and so
and
what
that's a problem.
what's happening to this guy? So he turned himself in, now what's happening to him?
I guess he's facing these charges, these new
Pardon.
allegations.
Self-pardon. He's gonna get a pardon.
Man,
Sure.
yeah.
Yeah, right, no shit.
He's gonna get a
All
pardon.
right, next clip. Oh, you got it.
These two dancing together. These two at the table just dancing together. He
He starts
starts,
swaying back and forth like a fucking weeble wobble.
dude, it's like, oh, Muffs does his little weirdo fucking whatever, Tardo dance, and then Trump gets his double dong in, of course. They're just at the table.
Yeah, you can go ahead and segregate us from that shit. We don't want no parts of that.
Yeah.
Segregate
Yeah,
us.
definitely segregated.
Roger said segregate us from that shit.
So this isn't new. Like this isn't from
It's
like.
not, it's an old one, we just figured that we would touch on that, it's that one, where they're going in unison, doing their old double donging together. Cause that is the
dong.
jerk circle of the century right there, let me tell you.
They definitely have a circle jerk going on
They
there.
need to be roasted because it's two cringiest people in the world. The two guys that you would see in a club, and ain't none of you girls letting neither one of them walk up to you.
Yo,
Seriously.
yo, so look,
And if you do, they
speaking
gonna grab your
of
pussy,
bus
so-
rap, speaking of bus rap, now this is funny. Y'all probably know, but see, I didn't fuck with the dude. I didn't realize like that he had the hair treatments. and the-
Oh, he looks different.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
That
motherfucker, that bitch was
Right.
ugly as fuck
He
before
still
that.
is.
He's still
And he's
is.
still, like, who the fuck? Damn, I ain't gonna do it because I love your music, so I ain't gonna do it. But that dude, other than this one chick, that's the worst, work that I done seen. Like,
I mean,
you wasted your money,
gets you
dude.
money, gets you whatever you,
Uh-huh.
well.
But his shit is still fucked up. That's what I'm saying.
It's
And
the best
plus,
that
though,
they could do.
But
It's the best they could do.
but what he did, ain't that considered gender?
Affirming care.
Affirming hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ain't that the same shit?
Yeah.
When you
He's
do
making
like
sure he looks like
shit
a
to
man.
yourself and
Uh-huh.
We won't even get into his children, the fact that he did artificial insemination and made sure they were males.
Right.
Yeah, he's.
yeah. So that's the same.
Yeah,
that's
they
that
made,
too.
He made sure his children were males that were born, except for the one, of course. But I mean, the ones that he could,
And then-
he chose the semen and made sure it was male. He wanted to have male babies, so
You probably didn't even have sex.
So
with
you
him.
did it to your children before they
Yeah,
even came
they
over
could
this
tell a
planet.
nut from a glitch.
Well, that's. I don't know how.
Guys,
that
I feel
turned
like,
out.
this is a good
That's
time to say that pretty soon we're getting ready to have an episode coming up about transgender and the LGBTQA plus community. Because I think that there is a lot of misconceptions. There's a lot of things that people think they know and they don't. A lot of misinformation definitely getting spread about it. So what we're going to do is we're going to have some guests, aren't we?
Yeah. I'm believing we're gonna lock in for next week if that works out for everybody.
So come and let us ask
Um,
questions, and
yeah.
questions I think that you guys have out there.
So comment on
And-
here if y'all got any questions that
Clear
y'all
shit
want to know.
up.
You know what I mean? We're also gonna try to take someone in on the call as well. You know,
Nice.
have a LinkedIn. So
Nice.
yeah, if y'all got some questions y'all want to know, let us know, and we'll try to get some of them on for you. But don't come on that disrespectful shit, because this ain't that type of party right here. This is not that type of party. And we're gonna take a break, and we're gonna come back and knock this bitch out the water. All right. Let me see what Yo, let me tell y'all about it. Welcome back to the Pot and Politics Podcast. I'm your host, I Smoke Weed. We have reached that time of the day where I'm looking at a almost empty can of cookies, so that means we're at the end of the show. We have the outtakes left, so let's go around the room. Ladies first.
So of course I just want to plug staying active and resisting the Trump-Musk administration. Every Tuesday from 1 to 6 we are protesting outside the Klein-Stanton office. Come when you can, leave when you need to. So obviously you don't have to stay that whole time, so just come, write letters, call your representatives. We are definitely aware of ICE being active in our community, so please be aware. Reach out to your immigrant neighbors and let them know that you're there for them, and we're there. So keep fighting, keep resisting. We've got a long couple of years ahead of us, so let's keep fighting.
I'm gonna quote an anonymous source here. It says, "Democracy is a slow process of stumbling to the right decision instead of going straight forward to the wrong one." And I think it just kind of parallels what I was saying, at least my perspective on it, that we kind of need to still have faith until we do, end up coming to these crises, whatever it may be. But I think that we need to just kind of sit back, let the courts work, themselves out, and hopefully the administration will be put in check. So I think that just stay optimistic about that. It's my advice.
Pressure.
I'm gonna close with some weed, with a weed closer this week, with a pot closer. We're getting close to spring is definitely coming. Things are starting to bloom. We're seeing daffodils. This is the time where you start to make your plan. Get your seeds popped. You can start them indoors. Get a few weeks ahead of the game, and then harden them off and get them outside. But yeah, start making your plan. Grow your 4, Virginia. Everyone grow your 4. Even if you don't smoke, this is medicine for someone. This is medicine that can help someone with cancer, that can help someone with depression, with sleep. Your neighbor needs this if you don't. Someone in your family needs it if you don't. And not to mention, it's just fun to grow things. So spring is here. Start to get those seeds, start to make your plan, and we'll have some grow tips coming up soon.
Awesome.
Rock.
I ain't got a lot this week, but all I'd say is keep your eyes open and pay attention to what's going on. And like I said before, if it sounds questionable, it probably is questionable. So do your research and figure shit out on your own. Develop your own opinion. Don't go by what somebody tells you on the internet, a podcast, or anything else. You got to do your own research. But and don't support that damn segregation shit, because it ain't gonna work like you think. That's all I got.
Well, for me, first I'm gonna show appreciation for those of you who do rock with us the hard way. We appreciate y'all for real. Other than that, I just want to retouch, like I said, 1 in 5 kids violently sexually assaulted within their lifetime. You got 5 fingers on your hand, and I've been looking at my hand since I did this shit. And 1 in 5 ain't, it's a fucked up. I mean, you can notice it.
Right.
You're 1 in your 5, man.
Right.
So protect the kids. 'Cause believe it or not, that shit'll harm them their whole life. Protect the kids, man. That's all I'm gonna say. And till next week, I'll tell y'all about it. Peace.